Is Weiler Schaefer, and this is part one of my POL for Dr. Friedman's U.S. history class. Question one is explain a problem that you have encountered this year and how you use your critical thinking and problem solving skills to overcome it. One of my biggest problems this year for U.S. history was writing an essay that we had to talk about something that we hadn't gone over in class. That was especially hard for me because I had to search all over the internet for subjects to write on. After about a day and a half of looking, I finally found one and actually wrote a okay paper on it. It was a very tough thing to overcome, and I had to find all this information that I had no idea of what what the topic was about, and it made me learn about what actually happened in that topic and without a class. So that was kind of hard for me. Um, Question two is explain a situation where you have had to adapt to fulfill an assignment. Um, I have adapted pretty much through this whole entire year. Um, my older school didn't have as many readings to do and books. The exams were totally different, things like that. Um, I so this whole year I've kind of had to adapt to the new style of teaching that Dr. Friedman had to offer. It was a great style of teaching, and um, taking notes every day in class I was kind of accustomed to that, so that was easy to do. But writing papers a lot and reading a lot uh, and having quizzes every day was definitely a thing I had to adapt to. Um, it kind of kept me on my toes and kept me to be a better student overall. Question three is how have your skills as a communicator, oral or written, improved? Um, I feel that uh, both my oral and written skills have improved. Oral by um, I know more about the topics in U.S. history than I would have. Um, the detail he goes into that Dr. Friedman goes into in his lectures have been tremendous. So I feel I have gotten a lot of information. So I feel I have become a better orator than what I have before because of because I know what I'm talking about rather than just being clueless about the topic. Um, Written, like I said before, um, since we had to do a lot of essays in his class, I feel that by doing so many essays and having to do them over and over again, I feel that um, if I were to get a bad grade, I would know that what I did was correct, and I mean what I did was incorrect, and and if I got a great grade, like a 4 out of 4, I know what I did was correct, so I would do that over again. And if I got a bad grade, I would go back into the paper and look at the notes that he put on haiku, and would correct myself accordingly. Um, Question four is which assignment has proven most difficult in regards to accessing and analyzing information? Why? I think it's also this question also relates to question one. It was definitely that essay that we had to do um, without without you talking about it in class. That was definitely a challenge for me. Um, I kind of had to uh, find information on stuff that I didn't know, and that was hard to access it and analyze it that in that sense too, because I didn't know anything about it. So instead of like I normally do, skim information and kind of just take it all in, I actually had to read it all and get kind of what the topic was about rather than kind of just jogging my memory of what I thought it was about. Um, Next question: how have you used your curiosity and imagination to achieve positive results? Um, I think that my curiosity and imagination has definitely become a part of this class. Uh, History is one of my favorite classes, and knowing, being, I've been curious about things like Watergate and Richard Nixon was one of the most things I was curious about, and the Vietnam War and World War II were kind of like um, what I was waiting for this course. Um, I was definitely curious to know what happened, and since I was so curious, I would go and research um, more things that I shouldn't have, like the Manhattan Project and Robert McNamara and people like that. That wasn't really necessary for me um, to look up. I just felt like I wanted to because I was interested on what happened. So I think it kind of gave me a better understanding of what happened in history, other than what I was taught. Um, Next question is: discuss a topic of a subject covered during the semester that particularly interested you or incited you to explore further. Um, I would say the exact topic I wrote my paper on for part two was Richard Nixon. I was very intrigued about what the Watergate scandal and what he did with the Pentagon Papers and his involvement in the Vietnam War. So I decided to research up people like Daniel Ellsberg and Robert McNamara and other people like that were on that committee that created the Pentagon Papers, um, and a lot of information uh, that I thought I mean that I got extracurricularly um, was kind of it gave me positive results because I knew more about the subject rather than what I taught in class, like I said before. Um, how has this added to your Wasatch Academy education? Um, I think this class has added a tremendous amount of um, goodness to my Wasatch Academy education. It was one of my favorite classes, and I'm always excited to go into class and learn about history, even if I fall asleep and I'm tired. I don't mean it's not a bad thing to you. It's just that I'm really tired. I'm sorry, Dr. Friedman. Um, but I'm it's added. It's made me have a great education here. I think Dr. Friedman was one of my best teachers and probably knows the most out of all my teachers. Um, so I think that it has made my education of history greatly improve, and um, my time at Wasatch greatly increased and just make it totally awesome. Um, so that was my POL. Thank you for listening and have a good day.